Hi, it's Jon Mitchell, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So let's start as we have been doing for many months now, and that is with COVID. So this week's report is the same more or less as last week's report. Cases are elevated, or about 40 a day or so in the city. 2/3 of the folks who are testing positive are under the age of 30. So it's mostly people who are younger. That's primarily the reason why we have not imposed restrictions again. If it were distributed, if the cases were distributed a little more evenly across age groups, then I think it might be a different story. All that said, there are people still getting sick. I mean, we've had 13 people who have died in the last month, city residents who died in the last month of COVID, and again, every single one of them was unvaccinated. So it is about the vaccines when you get right down to it. They work, they're safe, and again, don't take my word for it. Talk to your doctor if you have doubts about that or any other medication that you might take. We have clinics still available all throughout the city. There's some coming up in the schools as well. So the middle schools and high school have clinics going. You should just check the city's website for that, but also talk to your child's school administrators about when those might be. But there will be notices coming home with your children if they go to those schools, to one of the middle schools. The Pfizer vaccine is authorized for children 12 to 18, 12 and above. So it is the case that we can go to middle schools and offer up the vaccines to pretty much every child there. Secondly, I wanted to talk about ARPA. Again, we're going to be closing down the survey in the next couple of weeks. We've had some public hearings on it. Again, we would love to hear your ideas about how the money ought to be used. ARPA, again, the American Rescue Plan, which is this federal stimulus money, that's coming into the city now. We want to hear everyone's best ideas on how that can be spent. A couple of other notes. We had a preliminary election this week in Ward 5. Turnout was really low. It's not surprising, but it's still disappointing. We want everybody to get out there and vote who's eligible, and we've as a city, we've taken a lot of pains to make sure that voting is readily accessible for everyone. So we have the general election coming up the first Tuesday of November. So if you're not registered, make sure you get registered. But in any case, mark the date down so that your vote can be counted. That won't be my last reminder either. And then lastly, there was a trial that just concluded this past Friday involving the city and ABC Disposal. ABC Disposal, of course, is the company that picks up everyone's trash in the city, or just about everyone's trash in the city. And there had been a dispute over how much money, if any, the city should pay ABC Disposal by virtue of the fact that ABC Disposal has had to pay more money to unload the recyclables, or hasn't been making as much money for the recyclables that it collects. And our position as the city was that we had a deal for a fixed price. We pay you a certain amount of money and you pick up the trash. And so if it doesn't turn out to be as profitable as ABC anticipated, ABC would still have to absorb that additional cost. The city, after a 2-week trial, the city prevailed, and so that the city will not have to pay any more damages. So it's I report it to you because it's an important development for taxpayers in the city. We want to make sure that we deliver great services, but that we're doing it at high value, that we're not spending more than we're supposed to. And so we're proud of the legal team who saw the city through to this victory, and it's also shows everybody that we're all about business when it comes to taxpayer dollars. So we're very proud of that, the position that we took. We will continue to make sure that ABC faithfully delivers on its promise to pick up trash and recyclables in the city. You can rest assured of that. With all that, this has been the Mayor's Weekly Update. We'll see you next week.